Hey, welcome to today's talk. Let's talk today about habits, health, and happiness. That's what this show is. My name is Suzi B, and I am here to help you progress in your life in a simpler way than maybe you've thought about before. The goal here of today's meeting is to help you understand the power you already have within you and how to master that power so that you can progress in every single area of your life starting today. That's the best part. This is not something complicated that you have to prepare long in the future for or plan way ahead for. This is something you already are equipped to do. So let's get right into it. My name is Suzi B. I am the creator and author of Life Conscious. And Life Conscious is the concept that you are living your life on purpose with purpose. If this sounds like something that you want more of in your life, go ahead and raise your hand. Let's see who wants to live your life conscious, which means on purpose or aware, intentionally so. That is what we all want in life. We don't want to let time pass us by. We want to be in the driver's seat. We want to be making life happen instead of letting life happen. So today, to start out, we're going to play a quick little game. I'm going to say a word and I want you to act it out. It's pretty simple. It doesn't have to be anything big. Don't worry. But I just want you to act out whatever comes to your mind first when I say this word. The word is unconscious. Okay, maybe you closed your eyes, maybe you pretended to sleep, something like that, right? Unconscious makes you think that maybe you're sleeping. The next word, same thing. When I say this word, I want you to act out whatever comes to your mind first. The word is conscious. Maybe you opened your eyes a little bit wider. Maybe you sat up a little bit straighter. Conscious means the opposite, which is you are aware, you are awake, you are present in the moment. So now if I were to say the words life conscious, how would you act that out? Life conscious, if unconscious means you're asleep and you're unaware of what's going on, conscious means you're awake and you're aware of what's going on. Life conscious then means living your life that way. Living your life in a way where you are here right now and you are taking control. You are in control of your life. Let me tell you my story just briefly and give you a little bit of background on where this concept came from and how habits completely changed me and changed the way I see the world. My name is Suzi B. I am a personal trainer. I have 4 wonderful kids. I'm married to my very best friend, and I love to be outside, to do anything active and anything adventurous. I love finding new things that I've never tried before. One thing you definitely need to know about me is that I love the human body. It is one of the strongest foundations for my belief in the universe, and it's the driving force behind everything I do. I got a college degree in health education, and a certified personal training. I became a certified personal trainer so that I could help people understand their amazing gift. We are all so blessed to have a body, and they're all so unique and so different. Each of us has something that no one else has. It's incredible. And so as we are thinking about our bodies and working toward, improving our bodies, I became a personal trainer and I worked with my clients to form healthy habits during the holidays, which is one of the hardest times of year to stay healthy, right? And so for 60 days, we did what I called the Healthy and Happy Challenge. And this was 60 days of 10 things that we would try and do each day between Halloween and New Year's Day. And during the program itself, we all had exceptional results, and it was awesome to stay healthy and stay on track and be able to enjoy the holidays at the same time. But the magic really happened when the program ended. We had stopped being accountable to each other. We had stopped thinking about these things. We'd stopped trying. We'd stopped doing them. And they just kept happening. The results kept perpetuating without any of our effort or thought or time. It was incredible. So I had to know why this had happened and how this happened and how I could replicate these results. So I jumped into research mode, and for the next several years, I ran this program a myriad of different ways and tried and tested every single variable I could come up with until I proved what worked the best. And I ran this healthy program for my clients for the next several years. And then I had my fourth baby, and I just had a full year and a half of struggle. I could not connect with myself. I did not know what was going on. I had no motivation. I had no desire to improve or do anything, really. It was hard to just get out of bed. So after 18 months of struggling with this, I finally went to a doctor, and they said, yes, you have postpartum depression. And I was like, what? I had no idea. I didn't feel sad and I didn't feel disconnected from my baby, but I was so confused and lost. And so my doctor encouraged me to work on my mental health. And so by divine intervention, I decided to try my Healthy Habits 60-day program on my mental health. And you guys, again, the results were absolutely magic. I completely got my life back. I got myself back. I got my motivation back, and I started to feel like me again. And I started to believe in myself again. It was incredible. So then I jumped back into research mode, and I decided, you know what, if this works on my mind and my body, what else could it work on? So I tried it with my faith, with my family, with my spirituality, with my parenting, with my marriage, and with my finances. I tried this 60-day program a bunch of different ways over the period of a year. And every single time it worked like magic. So then I started sharing this message, and I was trying to tell people how simple it is to take back control, which is when I published my book, Life Conscious. And this is when I started my program, Suzi B LLC, and created my website and all of that. So what I want to talk to you about today is the secret to happiness. The concept is called Life Conscious because it is you being present for every part of your life, which, as I say that, it can be a little bit overwhelming, right? So I want to prevent that overwhelm and stress with teaching you how simple the pathway to progress really is. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Whether you want to improve your happiness, whether you want to work on your health, whether you want success in any area of your life, all you need is these 3 steps. Step number 1 is your pillar, your 1 pillar focus. In my work, I use the word pillar as the big structural parts that make you who you are. These can be your family. These can be your work. These can be your physical health, your mental health. These are the big, huge aspects of your life. So think to yourself, what are some of these big, huge aspects that you would like to work on? What are some things in your life that are calling to you? Maybe ask yourself, if I were to work on one thing right now, what would bring me the most happiness? Or flip that and ask yourself, if I continue to avoid working on this one thing, what will prevent me from being happy, from being successful, from being healthy? That is your 1 pillar. That is the thing I need and want you to focus on. There's several that are on there, on that list that you just made. There's several that are good ideas, and that's great. We are going to work on them all, but I always say you can have it all, but you can't have it all at once. So we're going to choose 1. All of those things you wrote down are good ideas. So why am I asking you to choose just 1? Let me tell you a story that helps to make this memorable and to give you a visual for why I want you to choose just 1. This is Washington, D.C. This is one of my favorite places in the universe. The feeling at this city is humbling, and I just feel so much gratitude there for the people who have sacrificed so much for me. I love the feeling there. It just is empowering and motivating, and it's all at once. So go on a mental vacation with me to Washington, D.C. My family and I, when we were just married, my husband and I, there we are at the top of the stairs there with our 1-year-old daughter. We went to Washington, D.C. on vacation as a family. And as we rolled into Washington, D.C., Hurricane Irene also rolled into Washington, D.C. And if any of you are East Coasters, this hurricane was crazy. It absolutely dumped. It was so big, it shut down the entire city of New York. And it just poured rain for 5 solid days. and blustering winds. It was crazy, but we were there to see the sights, and see them we did. And so one day, one of these rainy days, we found ourselves atop the Lincoln Monument, or the Lincoln Memorial. This is, architecturally speaking, this is such an incredible place. But also the power of what Abraham Lincoln did and what he stands for. I love this building and I love to be here. And so from the top of those stairs, you can see for miles in every direction. It is so beautiful there. So here we are at the top of the stairs, and we decide to go on to the next area, to the next monument. And we start going down the stairs. But we remember we had our baby in a stroller. And to take a stroller down the stairs, there's two ways you can do it. You can either take the baby out of the stroller and fold it up and walk down the stairs, or you can have two people and one of you lifts up the front and one of you lifts up the back, and you cart her down the stairs, like you lift her up and carry her like an Egyptian empress in a caravan. So that's what we did. My husband grabbed the front wheels, I grabbed the back wheels, and we lift her up and we start going down these stairs. And as we're going, I was wearing flip-flops this day. And if you're doing the math here, it's pouring rain. I'm wearing flip-flops. And we have all of these marble stairs. Yes, you guessed it. So we're walking down the stairs and I whoosh, my legs go out from underneath me and I fall all the way down. Don't worry, my daughter was fine. I saved the baby. But I just landed in a heap. And you may remember I just said that you can see for miles in every direction. Everyone for miles can also see you. So not only did I just fall down the stairs, but I fell down the stairs in front of thousands of people. All of these people around me are asking, like, are you okay? And like offering to help me up. And I'm totally embarrassed. So I jump up quickly and I talk to my husband. I'm like, just go. And so we start going again. You guys, I fall down a second time. Not even 10 steps later, I go down again. Same people watching this happen twice. This grown woman falling down the same set of stairs over and over again. So I jump up again and I ask my husband, I'm like, hey, could you carry her by yourself? So he takes the whole stroller and walks down the stairs by himself, like, because he can walk on two legs. And so I start carefully going down the stairs, trying to remember that I do know how to walk. And I'm regaining my confidence and I get almost to the bottom. And you guys are going to think I'm exaggerating on this part, but I have two loved ones and thousands of perfect strangers that can back me up on this. This really happened. I fall down the stairs a third time. But this time I didn't just fall. I like bump all the way down to the bottom and land in a heap, soaking wet on this soaking wet ground in the rain. Oh my word, it was so embarrassing. But why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because it's hilarious, but also because it's a great visual for what happens if you take on too much at once. If there had only been 10 steps that day, I would have only fallen once. Falling isn't the problem. Falling is part of the process. But if you set yourself up to fail, then you're holding yourself back from success. So set yourself up to succeed by only taking on a few things at a time. Instead of taking on all of those pillars, if you were to put each of your things on your list that you just made with one of those pillars, and then the steps are your daily tasks that lead up to building those pillars, you've got all these things you're thinking about and you've got all this work you're doing, you're setting yourself up to fail. So instead, I want you to choose one focus that you can work on first. I'm not saying one you can focus on ever, and I'm not saying you have to let everything else go to the wayside. I just want you to really nail this one. Because when you do, when you give your mind permission to focus on one thing, your brain makes amazing change. It makes these incredible connections that weren't there before. And you're able to form habits and do things differently that will stay with you forever. So you're giving your permission for your mind to go all in. One step or one additional one that I have here is my motivation tool. This is called your one guiding thought or your one happy thought. I want you to have one statement that you can access just at the drop of a hat so that when your self-doubt comes in, you have a way to turn your thought process around. With this one guiding thought, you can keep your mind going in a positive and growth direction instead of a spiral downward of self-defeat. So I want you to come up with something that relates to your pillar that is about yourself. This is a very personal statement. So if you're working on your physical health, maybe that was your pillar that you chose. You know what? I need to work on physical health right now. So your physical health, your one thing, your one guiding thought could be your favorite part of your body. I have awesome calves. I love my calves personally. And so my calves are my guiding thought when I'm working on my physical health. And I think, you know what? I am having a bad day, but I have one good thing going for me. And if I have that one good thing, then I can keep going. Just one little piece of self-belief, one little piece of understanding that you have done well before, you can do it again, gives you that extra push, that extra motivation that you need to get over those hurdles, to push past those barriers. So what is your one guiding thought? Maybe your pillar is mental health. And maybe your one guiding thought is, I am really, really good at this. Maybe you are super organized. Maybe you're having a really stressful day, but your one guiding thought is, I am so organized, I can master this. There's a lot going on right now, but I can do this. Maybe your one guiding thought is, if you're working on your family relationships, you have one memory. This was the day that I was the best mom I could possibly be. Have that guiding thought in your mind that you can just access it quickly, so that when you get to those hard times and your motivation starts to take a dip, you can turn it around, pull it back, and get control again. So number 1 was your pillar. Number 2 is your superpowers. Did you know you were born with 2 superpowers? You were. Your conscious and your subconscious are amazing. When you learn how to combine these 2 superpowers, you become unstoppable. So your conscious is what's in the front of your mind, what you're aware of, your daily efforts, your things you're thinking about, to-do lists, your tasks that you're performing, all of the things that you're conscious of. That's what's in your conscious mind. Your subconscious then is all the things that happen on autopilot. Often these are habits that you have already formed, or things that just happen that require no effort on your part, no thought, and no energy or time. They just happen. Think about blinking. When was the last time you told yourself to blink? You don't have to do that. Think about, I don't know, maybe previous habits that you've already formed. Maybe you make your bed every morning without thinking about it. That's a habit that you've put in that subconscious, and it keeps working for you. So your 2 superpowers are your conscious and subconscious. Now, how do we put those 2 together? How do we combine the powers to become unstoppable? By forming 3 habits. Your 1 pillar, your 2 superpowers, 3 habits. So by forming 3 habits that all fall under the same pillar, you're able to use your conscious mind to fill your subconscious with habits that will help you without your time, effort, or energy. That's the whole point of this, is saving yourself the extra work, but continuing to get results daily. We're talking daily progress here. We're talking things that you can see and celebration that you can have, that you can be proud of yourself every step of the way. So if, for example, your 1 pillar was your physical health, your 3 habits could be drink more water. Drink a specific amount of water. Let's say 12 cups of water a day. That's about 100 ounces. 30 minutes of exercise every day. Whatever the exercise might be. Some days it might be really hard. Some days it might be easy. As long as you're doing it every day, or as many days as you can, that's the key. And then 3, your 3rd habit is, maybe you need to eat something green every day. Maybe you need to sleep 6 to 8 hours. So those can be your 3 habits. If you're working on mental health, maybe you could do 10 minutes of meditation, 3 affirmations in the mirror, and 5 minutes doing something that you love every day. Those could be your 3 daily mental health habits. Do you see what I'm getting at here? 3 simple, tiny little things you can do every single day that will help you fortify that pillar, that will help you strengthen that 1 pillar. Why do we focus on 1 area? Why can't we do 3 habits in different areas? Because if you work 3 habits under the same area, they work together. They help strengthen each other. On days, if you're working on a physical health pillar, on days that you exercise more, you're naturally going to drink more water. On days that you exercise and drink more water, you're naturally going to get better sleep. And when you get your better sleep, you're going to have more energy to exercise. This is a perpetual motion system here. You're setting yourself up for success instead of setting yourself up to fall down the stairs. When you take on too much at once, it just feels overwhelming and exhausting. But if you start small, then you're giving your brain permission to go all in and be able to not only work hard now, but continue once you fill your conscious or your subconscious with your conscious. So it's like a hot air balloon. Imagine that your mind is your hot air balloon. Your conscious is the little tiny gondola at the bottom there, that little basket where all the work happens. That's where the heat comes from. That's where the controls are. That's where the steering and all of the conscious work that you have to do to make the hot air balloon work. However, the huge balloon portion is your subconscious. So if your conscious is that little tiny 5%, studies show that it's about 5% of your maximum brain, and your subconscious then makes up the other 95%. This is the part that carries you. So if you work to fill your subconscious with a little bit of conscious effort, you're going to have so much in there for you. A little bit of work at a time, a lot of progress that's going to lift you and carry you long after you quit working on those things. I found that 60 days is about the right amount of time. Actually, it's not just me, it's proven that 60 days is the right amount of time for your subconscious to come on board. You're going to use your conscious every day for 60 days. And then after about 40 to 60 days, your subconscious starts to come into play and things that you're doing consciously become so much easier. You don't have to try as hard, but you're still working on those skills and that knowledge. And all of those things are still happening for you without the effort or the work. It's amazing. The power of habits is absolutely astonishing. So when you have one pillar and you use your 2 superpowers to form 3 habits, you go from this crazy, confusing road system we've got over here on the left. It's all crazy and it's hard to tell which way we're going, which way we're thinking about, to this 1 unit circle on the right here. It's a rinse and repeat process. Once you master the simplicity of forming habits, you can do this in every area of your life. It's absolutely incredible. And this is where long-term results come from. It's not going to be, I'm going to work on this for 7 days and then boom, it'll be better. No, you're going to work on it for 60 days. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This is about progress, not perfection. For 60 days, you're going to give your best effort toward these 3 habits. And as long as your on days outnumber your off days, your brain is going to make those connections. And they're going to keep working for you after you've stopped thinking about it. So for 2 months, I encourage you guys to pick 1 pillar and 3 habits and watch as your incredible superpowers come to life. It's really amazing. So let me ask you, that's my story. You heard what I've been able to do with my habits. What is your story? What are you going to do with this new knowledge, with your simplified habits, with all of this information now at your fingertips? You already have everything you need inside you. You really, really do. You already have your conscious and subconscious mind. You were made for progress. So ask yourself, in the next 2 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 12 months, what do you want? What habits can you form starting today that will help you create the life you want? Do you want to be healthy in 6 months? What can you do today to make that goal happen? Do you want to have your debt paid off in 6 months? What can you do today to make that goal happen? What pillars of your life are you going to elevate by simplifying the process of progress? How are you going to see happiness in your own life every single day, every step of the way? That's another beautiful part of this process, is you don't have to wait till the end to be proud of yourself. By tracking your habits every single day, you're able to see the progress all along the way and celebrate that every single day. You don't have to do something grand. You don't have to do something at all. You are enough right exactly as you are. Celebrate that you have 2 incredible superpowers at your fingertips. One more question. How are you going to progress in the next 6 months, in the next 2 months, in the next 12 months? What is going to be different? They say nothing changes if nothing changes. So today I want you to make a choice. Are you going to stay here? Are you going to stay the same? Picture your life at 6 months from now, in 2 months from now. What do you want to be different? So what can you do today to make that happen? Start today. It really is as simple as 1, 2, 3. We make the process so complicated that sometimes it's hard to stick with it. There are so many, 60-day challenges out there, 30-day, 21-day challenges out there that are so complicated that it just becomes overwhelming, or the changes become short term. Maybe you work on them for a couple of weeks and it does great for you. And then when you stop, it's over. That's what living life conscious that's the problem that living life conscious solves. It's no longer about the period of time while you're working on it. It's what happens after you stop working on it. That's the power of your incredible mind. So go back to your one guiding thought. Give yourself a little bit of motivation from within. What have you done already? Or what do you have? What I have, a statement like that. Make your statement relate to your pillar. What pillar are you going to start working on today? And then what 3 habits can you start to form today that will help you perpetuate results in this one area of your life long after we've stopped working on it? Simplification is the key to long-term results. If we're working on complicated things and we on again, off again, that kind of stuff is not helpful. It doesn't last, and it's really hard mentally to get through. And so if you simplify the process and it's something that you know that you can stick with forever, that is where your long-term results are really going to happen. And I want that for you. If you are looking for something to help you do this, I've got 2 resources to help you. If you're looking to improve your habits in 2 areas of your life, I have a coaching program that you can enroll in, and I will help you master your health with your daily habits. 60 days of health, and then we'll do it again. We'll go through a goal setting process that helps you relieve the overwhelm of goal setting. And we'll do it again in an area that you choose. So I choose the first one, and it's your physical health. And then you choose the second one. Maybe it's your business. Maybe it's your family. Whatever it is that your next top priority is, then we do that process again. And you learn how to apply what you learned with your healthy habits to your second pillar. And then after 4 months of working together, you'll have the confidence you need to apply this and all the tools that you need to apply this system to every single area of your life. Like I said, I've done this with my finances, with my marriage, with my parenting, with my mental health, my physical health, even with chores, keeping my house clean. I've done this process, and it's no longer something I have to think about, but it's something that still happens for me. This absolutely has changed my life, and it's changed the lives of my clients. If you're ready to jump into this habit program, awesome. Jump in here with me. There are 10 spots available for the month of December. So if you want to get in here while they're still available. And if you're not ready to jump into a program yet, the other resource I have for you is my book, Life Conscious by Suzi V. It's available on Amazon right now, or you can get it on my website, which is www.livelifeconscious.com. All right, you guys, so those are your resources, and I hope you understand how simple the process of habit formation can be and the power that habits have in progressing every single area of your life.